Hi, let's build a simple two-page graduation folder for a class of 25 students and 2 staff. Let's include the class, hat-throwing group picture as well. We'll also display marks scored in the final exam by the students, which will demonstrate the data level relationships via non-product set keys. Before building any product, it is important to choose a target layout for the product you want to build. For this exercise, let's use the graduation folder shown as the target, which has 2 pages, namely outer and inner pages. When printed back-to-back and folded, it will form a 4-page folder. As you can see from the outer page, the contents are arranged in such a way that when the page is folded, the contents are not distorted. From the picture, you also see that on the right-hand side, there is a student featured with the graduation attire, along with the student's name, class, and section. On the left-hand side, the student's marks are displayed along with the subjects respectively. From the inner page, you also see that on the left-hand side there are students' classmates along with the class teachers. On the right-hand side, the class hat-throwing group picture is displayed. Note, for folder products, you divide the page equally from the middle so that you have a left and right section and arrange contents accordingly. First, let's identify the data requirements from the target pictures. From the 2 pictures, you can see there are details for students, staff, class, and marks, and hence we need 4 data levels, namely student, staff, class, and marks. Note, irrespective of number of pages a product has, you have to collectively look at all pages to determine the data levels needed. From the 2 pictures, you can also see the necessary attributes needed, like student names, grad image, marks, staff images, group picture, etc. Similar to one-page composite, we can relate the student, staff, and class data levels by the common keys of class and section attributes as they will form the product set keys. But marks data level do not have class and section, as the details of marks are only related to students. To establish the relationship between student and marks, let's have a common attribute, student ID, placed in both the data levels. Since student ID is not part of the product set keys, which are class and section, this relationship via student ID is called the data level relationship via non-product set key relationship. Your data levels and attributes should look like this. Next, prepare data. Prepare 4 .csv files using Excel for all 4 data levels. .csv stands for comma-separated values. Note, sample data is shown. You should populate the files with your actual data. Next, prepare images. Take 2 pictures for students, one with graduation attire and the other without. Take pictures of staff. Also take the class hat-throwing group pictures for each class. Crop them all to the sizes which you choose. Next, log into Composz. Create a new product. Call it Graduation Folder, having 2 pages. Create data levels and attributes. Make sure to designate student data level as main. Next, create product set keys. Choose class and section as the attribute keys. Next, create a layout for the outer page. Call it Folder Outside of the size 1750 width by 1150 height. Next, add necessary data levels to the layout. Add student and marks data levels only as layout data levels for the outer page. Next, create data level relationship via non-product set keys. Note, before participating in a non-product set key relationship, one of the data levels having product set key attributes should participate in the product set key relationship. Hence, create data level relationships via product set keys first. Add student data level to the product set key relationship, which has class and section attributes. Then create data level relationship via non-product set keys. Add student data level as parent data level, and marks data level as child data level. Add student ID as the join key. This is how you establish a non-product set key relationship. Next, add slot fours. Add necessary attributes from individual data levels as slot fours. Next, create a layout for inner page. Call it Folder Inside of size 1750 width by 1150 height. Next, add necessary data levels to the layout. Add student, staff, and class data levels only as layout data levels for the inner page. Next, create data level relationships via product set keys. Add student, staff, and class data levels to the product set key relationships. Note, non-product set key relationship is not required for this layout. Next, add slot fours. Add necessary attributes from individual data levels as slot fours. Next, edit folder outside layout and place static and variable data slots using Composz's editor. Let's choose a preset background for this layout. Create static text for a school name, academic year, and website address. Next, create variable data slots by clicking on this icon. Create one occurrence of main slots for grad image, student name, class, and section. While adding the data slots, you have the option of editing various properties of the slots, like width, height, shadow, stroke, etc. You can also edit the properties later in the editor. Ungroup the slots and place them where you want and resize accordingly. Create 5 occurrences of marks data level slots for subject and marks. Note, there is no occurrences for main member or classmate slots, as there is only one student's details are being placed in the outer page. Next, edit folder inside layout and place static and variable data slots using Composz's editor. Let's choose a preset background for this layout. Create static text for school name and academic year on the right side. Create static text for my classmates and teachers. Create one occurrence of main slots for student image and student name. Note, even though we don't need the main slot on the inner page as the main student is already in the outer page, because of the Composz's rule, we should still add the main slot to every page. We can hide the main slot by making it not visible, or simply placing it outside the canvas. Create 24 occurrences of main member slots for student images and student names. Remember, the slots are grouped for each occurrence. Before ungrouping, place each group occurrence slots where you want roughly, and then remember to ungroup them. This saves a lot of time. Create 2 occurrences of staff attributes for staff images and staff names. In Composz, you have the option of rectangle or elliptical, oval shapes for images. create one occurrence of class attributes for class section and group pick. After arranging all the above slots, your layout should look like this. Once you have created layouts for all the pages for a product, creating layouts for other class and sections with different combinations of students or staff is a breeze in Composz, because Compoz's biggest advantage is the ability to copy layouts. After copying, simply add additional data slots or delete them according to your requirements. Note, you can use the folder outside layout as is for all other class and sections, as there is only one student on the outer page. Next, download data templates for each data level to your local drive under the Data section. The template files are empty .csv files with all the attributes as column headings you defined for that data level. Simply populate the template files with your already prepared data, then upload data under the Data section. Next, upload all your images under the View Image Files section for the Product Graduation folder. Next, create product sets. Here you create product sets for each class and section by entering product set key values and product set count. Product set count is nothing but how many students are there in the set. Next, enter occurrence counts. If your product has more than one page, you have to enter the occurrence counts for the data levels in each page. Next, assign the layouts. Here, layouts are listed which matches the occurrence counts of data levels in the page. If your product has more than one page, each page should be assigned to a layout. Similarly, create other product sets for other classes and assign the respective layouts. Next, all you have to do is preview each product set. You can see the variable slots replaced with actual data of images and text. Make sure to check data and images in all the records by simply clicking Next and Previous arrows. You can also jump to the desired record by entering the record number and hitting the return key. This is what your final product will look like, of course without the watermark, once you pay and download them. Also remember to check the data in all pages, and not just the data on page 1. You choose the page number from the drop-down to go to that page. Good thing about Preview is that you can check correctness of your product output. If any errors, you can edit the data in images directly by double-clicking the data slot. You can also edit data under the Data section for individual records. Once satisfied with the preview, freeze the product so that no other changes can be made to the product. Prepare final product files by clicking the option here. Composz takes only a few minutes to prepare or generate the product files. Come back, refresh your browser using Ctrl-R or by hitting the F5 function key. Once you see the orders tree, then you're ready to order your files. You have the flexibility to order for a single student or multiple students, or you can order for the whole product set or for all product sets in the product. Add the required files to the cart. Now you can go to the cart and pay for them. After payment, you can download the final product files you ordered into your local device. Note, All files will be packed into one zip file. You can extract the zip file into its own directory and view them. Hope this video session was helpful in creating a simple graduation folder. And you learned about the non-product set key relationship. Good luck!